He wasn't always the loudest voice in the room, nor the face always front and center. But when he picked up his bass, you felt it in your chest, in your soul, and in the very rhythm of the music. As the youngest member of the legendary Isley brothers, this man helped bring in a new energy, a new sound, and a new generation to the fold, blending deep funk, smooth soul, and undeniable groove into some of the most iconic records of the 70s and the 80s. From the gritty power of Fight the Power to the silky flow of Between the Sheets, his bass line didn't just support the music, they defined it. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Marvin Isley. Now, if you guys love my videos and love supporting me, then I suggest you become a member of the channel where I will be releasing exclusive videos just for you all. Be sure to get that family tier so you won't miss out on these exclusive perks. Now, before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more content. Now, without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born on August 18th, 1953 in Cincinnati, Ohio, he was the youngest of 6 brothers in a family that was already making history in music. Isley and his family relocated to Englewood, New Jersey during the summer of 1959. He graduated from Englewood Dwight Morrow High School in 1972. He earned his musical degree from C.W. Post College in 1976. Marvin began playing the bass guitar in high school, and by the end of the decade, he was being schooled and supervised by his oldest brothers, Ernie and a friend, Chris Jasper, who was an in-law. By the time Marvin was a teenager, his oldest brothers, O'Kelly, Rudolph, and Ronald, was already making charting hits and defining early soul music. But Marvin wasn't content to stand in the audience. In 1971, he began performing bass guitar on the Isley Brothers album, Giving It Back. Within 2 years, he became an official member of the group to form the classic 3+3 lineup of the Isley Brothers. This was more than a family band. This was a musical evolution. In 1973, the Isley Brothers released the album 3+3. This was the album that officially brought Marvin, Ernie, and Chris into creative fold. The result? A bold new fusion of soul, rock, funk, and quiet storm. Marvin's bass wasn't just in the background, it was melodic, aggressive, and funky. His lines danced with Ernie's guitar and grounded Ronald's soaring vocals. From Live It Up to Harvest the World, Marvin brought a young funk sound to the group, helping push them into new sonic territory while keeping a soulful essence intact. By the 80s, Marvin Isley role grew, not just as a bassist, but as a songwriter and a creative force. In addition to playing bass, he also provided percussion and also wrote or co-wrote some of the group's biggest hits, including Fight the Power, The Pride, and Between the Sheets. Now, this song became a blueprint for R&B's Quiet Storm movement, and it became a goldmine for future hip-hop producers. That bass line is most notably sampled by Notorious B.I.G.'s Big Papa. That groove, it was felt in every slow jam that followed. In 1984, following the creative differences, Marvin, Ernie, and Chris Jasper branched off to form Isley-Jasper-Isley. The trio aimed to push their creative boundaries, blending funk, gospel, and R&B with modern synth sounds. Their biggest hit, Caravan of Love. This song showcased Marvin's deep spirit and his vision beyond the dance floor. The song topped the charts and became a gospel anthem covered by artists around the world. Although the group only lasted a few years, it was proof that Marvin had both the talent and the voice to stand on his own. The group disbanded in 1988 after Ernie Isley obtained a solo recording contract. 3 years later, Marvin and Ernie rejoined Ron to reform the Isley Brothers. Now, for further information about the Isley Brothers, then I highly suggest you checking out my tribute to them. In the 90s, Marvin rejoined the Isley Brothers as the family continued to evolve. But behind the scenes, he was fighting a quiet battle. Marvin had long struggled with complications from diabetes, a disease that would eventually lead to the amputations of both his legs. Despite his health challenges, he remained a symbol of strength and grace, never seeking pity, always prioritizing the music and the legacy that he helped build. He stopped performing in 1997, but his influence never faded. In 1992, Isley and the rest of the Isley Brothers was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. On June 6, 2010, Marvin sadly passed away at the age of 56. His passing was a major loss, not only for his family, but for the world of music. He wasn't never the loudest brother, and he was never the one to be in the spotlight. But to musicians, producers, and artists who really listen, Marvin, he was a groove master, the glue that held the sound together. His bass lines has been sampled by artists such as Biggie, Jay-Z, Da Brat, and countless others. And his contributions continue to inspire new generations of bass players, songwriters, and fans of real soul-driven music. To understand Marvin Isley's legacy, you don't need a biography, you need a baseline. One that walks like Fight the Power and sways like Between the Sheets. And of course, soars like Caravan of Love. Marvin made the bass feel like a lead guitar. He didn't just hold the groove, he owned it. He was the youngest of the brothers, but his impact was mighty. A master of restraint, a lover of melody, a quiet force in the history of black music. Now before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song by the Isley Brothers or from Isley-Jasper-Isley?